Okay, so I actually sat down and had a face to face talk with Lawrence, and then I got a very clear legal reality check from Valerie. And look, I'm not going to lie to you, it was a bitter, frustrating pill to swallow. Lawrence looked me in the eye and used this deeply annoying, but honestly, completely devastating analogy about a pizza party. He basically told me that by creating that separate 15-page text assignment, I was welcoming the entire class to the party, but stopping a blind student like Tom at the door and telling him, "Hey, this pizza isn't safe for you, so I left a raw bag of flour, some yeast, and a can of tomatoes out in the hallway. Go bake your own bread from scratch while the rest of us eat. Have fun." When he put it that way, it hit me like a physical punch to the gut. That is not equal access. That is just segregated baking. And as an educator, that hurt. But let's be entirely real for a second. I am still furious that I spent hours of my life staying up until midnight writing an extra 15-page assignment when I absolutely did not have to. And if you want my unfiltered, honest opinion, I still think it feels like a massive, bureaucratic use of my precious time to alter pages for blind students when literally every single person sitting in my classroom right now can see perfectly fine. But Valerie made it clear it is an institutional requirement, it is the law, and the digital environment has to be barrier free from day one. My back was against the wall, so I swallowed my pride and I did the compliance fix anyway because I had to. I couldn't magically add an audio description track to a YouTube video I don't even own, so I used an AI tool to generate that descriptive transcript Lawrence talked about. I had to spend a few minutes formatting and tweaking the AI's bracketed notes to make sure it actually described the cellular biology structures accurately, and then I dropped the text directly below the video player. I went into the compliance dashboard, checked the manual certification box to log that a text alternative was present, and finally, that mocking red flag turned into a green checkmark. But here's the kicker, the part that leaves me completely stunned. Within 48 hours, several of my students came up to my desk. My student athletes told me they really appreciated that descriptive transcript because they were using it to study complex biology terms on noisy bus rides to games. My international students told me that being able to see the visual descriptions typed out right next to the vocabulary was an absolute lifesaver for translation and double checking spelling. So, fine. It turns out that transcript wasn't a total roadblock. But let me tell you something else. I am absolutely, under no circumstances, throwing away that massive 15-page extra assignment I stayed up all night writing. I bled for those pages. Yeah, I know exactly how that sounds. I don't care. It is a phenomenal assignment, and since I had to suffer through creating it, I just decided to make it mandatory for the entire class. They are all going to suffer through the extra work now, every single one of them. Lesson learned for the future. Next time this compliance stuff comes up, I know I don't have to waste my life writing a whole second assignment from scratch. I just have to design for integration from the very beginning instead of scrambling to fix a barrier later. So let's open it up. How do you cope when compliance rules feel like endless, exhausting homework for students who aren't even in your room? Do you just check the box and plot your revenge? Let me know in the comments below.
Lawrence again. Look, Sylvia's dashboard is clear for now, but between you and me, there's always another flag coming. Some teacher, some video, some 9 p.m. inbox ding. Want to see what happens with the next one? Click below to start the next scenario. Or if you want to run it back from the top, you can replay this one from the beginning. And if you don't want to miss whatever comes next, hit subscribe.